Hello, in this video I am going to show you how to back up your site using Duplicator. And for this video I assume you know how to get into your cPanel. If you don't, you can contact your host provider. Mine is SiteGround, and yours may be Bluehost or HostGator, any one of those other ones, hundreds of them I guess. So once you get into the back end of your, or the cPanel of your WordPress, not your WordPress, your hosting site, you just scroll down to where it says File Manager, okay? And you're gonna you can open that in a new tab if you want, or okay. So I'm in File Manager. The site I'm gonna back up is gonna be called Dogs Need Care. These are all my files in the site. Okay, and we're just going to take a look at the site. This is what it looks like now. Okay, so it's just a basic site, and we're just going to back it up, and then we're going to destroy it, and then we're going to reinstall it. So the best way to do that is, let's go back here, is to, you can use a plugin called Duplicator. Okay, but before we use that plugin, let's do one thing here. That's we're going to back up 3 files. Okay, we're going to back up this little guy here. We're going to. You can, well, we can either open this up and just copy the files or back it up. So for sake of let's just edit this. Let's just go code edit. Okay, sake of simplicity, I guess. Okay, so in here you can see there's a few important files we need, and that is the name of the database, the database user, the database password, the host name. Hostname is usually localhost for most host providers, so we need those pieces of information, okay? So let's grab those, copy that. So we don't really need this whole file. And we're just going to paste it into, I guess I've done that before, but let's just do it again. There, just so you see that it's done afresh. Okay, so this is what we need. But we want one more thing on here. Let's go down to the bottom. Let's scroll down. Not right to the bottom, but near the bottom. There's this little guy, table prefix. Let's copy that one. It's just so we have a record of a few of the important things here. Because one thing I found out is once we use the plugin Duplicator and back everything up, it leaves these blank. It leaves these blank. It takes them out, maybe for a security reason or something, but it just takes them out. Okay, so this is why I either want you to back up this. Let's close that. Either you back up this file that we're just in, wp.config, and you, or you just do what I did. Like, so backing it up, you would just. As a matter of fact, we'll do that right now. We'll just save it, I guess. We could just save it. So where's my download here? Download, right? Okay. So we're calling this Duplicator Backups. And I've already previously done some of this backup already, but I'm just going to show you. Okay, so we've made a folder called Dogs Need Care. Okay, so you can create this folder anywhere. This is just for your backup on your hard drive, and I'm going to save this here. So the reason I got 2 folders is I was doing this before, and so just to save time, we have our zip file down here and our installer file. And you're going to see in a second where I get those from. Okay, so save it. Done. Okay, now let's just double check stuff here. Okay, there's a Duplicator backups, dogs need care. Okay, there it is. It's right here. That's our file that we just saved. So I can also open it up here and add it with a notepad if I wanted to, and it'll have the same information that we just were looking at. These. Okay, so we don't really need that now, but now we're going to go back and we're going to install Duplicator. So what does our site look like? As I mentioned, this is our site, right? So we're going to get into the back end of WordPress, and by doing that, you just you type in wp-admin, okay, and hit enter, and then you got to enter your username and password. And I guess mine was already in there, so that's why I just jumped right away, because I was already logged in. So you just enter your normal WordPress username and password to get into the back end. Now we got to look for installed plugins. Okay, let's make sure we have Duplicator in here. Okay, now it looks like we already have Duplicator installed, but what if we didn't? So if you didn't have Duplicator, you'd go add new, and you just type the word Duplicator and hit enter, of course, and there it is. This is it, but ours is already active. So you'd normally just go click, this button would say install now, and then you'd click active, and then it would be, it would, you know, then it would show up here. Then it'll show up on the side. So if it once you have it, you'd click here, Duplicator. Okay, and then we've got to back up our site, essentially. Okay, so create new. Okay, and it's already kind of pre-populated, but yours may and it may not. You can name this anything you want. This is the date that I'm doing it. It's June 19th, 2020. So that's fine. So then I'd hit next. I thought I hit next. Okay, it's just taking a bit of time there. Okay, so everything looks okay. Sometimes you might get a few warnings, and sometimes they're just telling you maybe some files are too big, or you're just warning that you have a lot of them. So our site is 121 megs. I want to point out with Duplicator, I believe you can only back up to 500 megs. So if you end up with that problem, you're going to either have to buy their paid version of Duplicator, that's a yearly subscription, or you can take a look below this video and you're going to see some methods to do manual backups that won't cost you a penny, and you can you can back up really big sites. So that's the nice thing about doing it manually. But this might be easier in some way, quicker maybe for some. But okay, so now I build the backup file. Okay, and it shouldn't take too long. It's pretty quick. Done. Okay, so now I would just install I would download by clicking this and this to my computer. But I've already done that to save us some time. As I showed you, they're right here. These are the two files, the zip and the installer. This one, I don't need. I'm just going to delete that. I unzipped it on my computer, but we don't need that. It's just to avoid confusion. Let's delete that folder. And takes a while to delete a folder, eh? And let's see what's going on. Yeah, I think it's only, yeah, it's almost done there, because it's just over 100 megs, 127 megs. Okay, so now let's go back and we have everything we need now. Okay, so let's go back into the file manager of our host right here. Make sure we're in the same URL, dogsneedcare.com. We want to wipe out everything. So, big catastrophe happened, we lost all our information. Let's delete it all. Okay. So we're trying to we're not just showing you how to back it up. Most training doesn't show you how to recover, and you got to know how to do that, because it's pretty useless having a backup if you don't know how to use it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to upload those 2 files that I said we need. Okay, choose the file. Okay, and we are going to get this one here first. It's the installer. Open it. Okay, it's done. And get the next one. Click it. Open. Okay, done. Okay, now we have the 2 files. You can see them showing up already here. Yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the reinstall process. So how do we do that? Well, it comes with this installer file. That's what Duplicator produces. So all we got to do now is go back to the site. Now, if you look at this, okay, here, because now the site is dead. Let's go back to the main site. Just wanted to verify that the site is dead. Let's hit enter. See, there's nothing on this site now. Okay, this is what was there before. If I reload this, it'll die too. This is what we had, but this is what we have now. So if I reload this, you'll see there's nothing there. You see? Okay, so how do we get it back? Well, we type in a few things here. We're going to type in wp-admin, right? Enter. Boom. Sorry, not wp-admin. Installer.php. Okay, because that's the installer file that we have. Now we hit options. I usually keep everything the same, like with the original here. It's the only thing I usually change. And I've read the instructions. And then hit next. So the default settings is what I usually go with. Okay, so now we got to fill out this information. So most hosts are the host name is localhost, but you might want, if in case you have, some strange hosts that use a different name, you may want to check with them. Okay, so now remember I told you the WP config file has some important information. Well, we saved it like we have it here, right? So all we got to do is copy it over. So this is the main thing that you'd want to save. There are ways of getting this information if you didn't save it, but if you save that file too, as I mentioned in your backup process, it's going to make life easier for you. Okay, so let's copy this one first without the quotes. Okay, that's my database name. So let's copy that. Database name, paste it right in there. Okay, and now we just need the user and password. Let's go get that one. The user is this one here. Okay. And yours will be different, of course. Paste it. And let's get the password. What was the password here? Only dogs. Okay. Copy that. Paste it. So I think I've got everything here, right? So now we can test it to see if we've done everything right. Good. Pass, pass. And all that means is that all these ones exist in our database. So now what could happen in the whole process if something really drastic happens to your site? All this could be gone off your site, even these database and the user. In that case, you'd have to go back, and I'll show you that later. You'd have to go back into to your cPanel and just generate new ones. You'd have to generate a new database, a new user, a new password, and then you'd enter what you generated into these fields here. And I'm going to show you that at the very end there, just in case that ever happens too. This is in case you just lost, this. So that would be the worst case scenario. You even lost your database and everything like that. Okay. See, it's just the names that we're worried about because we still have all the information, right? So, okay, so we're going to hit OK, and it's going to restore our site. And this was an old name. I can change this. Doesn't matter. I might as well put dogs need care. You won't normally have to do this. Okay, now next. I think we're good. Admin login. Okay. We can probably actually see our site right now if I reload this. Let's see. Yeah, see, our site's restored already. And the admin login, well, that'll all be the same. And I should mention the admin login is the same password you had before. Okay, it's the same password you had before. So if you so now that's you can always change that once you're logged in and stuff. But what I was going to show you is, as I mentioned, what if you had a really big disaster that you lost even the names of your database and everything was gone. And remember, because we got everything backed up, they're just really you can consider them just as really names, but we got to recreate them in order for it to be useful. So how would you do that? You'd come back into your cPanel, which I'm in. You'd go down to what's called did I pass it? Yeah. You'd go down here, MySQL databases. Let's open that in a new window. You would go into here and simply you would just create any kind of database name you want here. Okay. As a matter of fact, why don't I do it? Okay. We'll just say new database. Okay. Okay. Just how to create a database. Okay. So it's done it. Go back. And then what we're going to do is go down here. I have these users, right? So if you probably have some users, but if you don't, you'd make a new user too. So we'll just say new user, okay? And we'll just say new password, okay? And again, we'll just have to do it again, new password. Okay, good. And then we can create user. And then there's one more step. So what we've done, now we've got, let's go down to the bottom. Yeah. Okay, so now we've created a new user right here. However, we've got to assign this user to the new database we've created. So how do we do that? The users are up here and the database is here. You just say select new user, and we're going to select to the new database. And find it. I got to go down here. There it is, new database. See? So now we got to hit the add button. So what this is going to do, it's going to send me to another screen, and I've got to grant all the privileges. Just that new user can do all this editing now. Now we got to make the changes. Boom, done. You see, we've just created a database with a user. So go back and it'll show up. If I type in, it's in here, but it might be on my last page. So let's just type in the word new, because it had the word new in it. And, oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. I got to go down here. New. Okay, let's search for our database there. There it is. Okay, this is our database. This full name here. David's 50 _ new database. That's our name of our new database. And this is the new user. Okay. And we already know the new password was called new password because we assigned that. So that's in case you have a problem where you lose absolutely everything and you're sort of, starting from absolute scratch. You would, when that field back in Duplicator where it asks you for the database, username, password, local host name, that's where you'd enter all that in. Okay, and so that's all there is really to restoring everything, and like backing up and restoring. Okay, everything else should take care of itself if you did it this way. And so in the next video I'll make a backup, how to back up with another plugin. It's called Updraft. It's a very popular one as well, and give you the steps involved with that. But for now, this should help you out if you're backing up sites that are under 500 megs. This will help you. And so take a look underneath, because I have some manual, you know, like manual backup processes that allow you to go really big. You can go any size, I believe. And so that's all there is. And check out some other links there below. I have some other resourceful links and some freebies there below, and don't miss out. And don't forget to like and click the notification bell, and you'll see all my new videos coming out with some other information on WordPress. I think I have some WordPress courses too below there in this link. I'm going to add in case you want some more information on learning WordPress and getting deeper into it. There should be some links below. And so thanks for watching, and have a great day.